April 2026. A teenager collapses on the pitch, clutching the back of his leg. The World Cup is only weeks away, and everything suddenly feels uncertain. Doctors confirm a serious hamstring injury, the kind that can destroy a season, crush momentum, and sometimes change a career forever. Yet just 3 months later, that same teenager stands on football's biggest stage, holding the World Cup trophy above his head. This isn't just a football story. It's a story about setbacks, pressure, resilience, and a dream that almost disappeared. Stay until the end, because the most important moment isn't when he lifts the trophy. It's what happened before that. Before we begin, subscribe to Fame Arena for more football stories, hidden moments, and incredible journeys from the world of sport.
Now let's rewind. Not to a packed stadium, not to a trophy ceremony, but to a small town near Barcelona. His father came from Morocco, his mother from Equatorial Guinea. Together, they shaped the roots of a future superstar. But life wasn't always easy. His parents separated when he was young, forcing him to grow up between different homes. But Lamine Yamal was born in Esplugues de Llobregat, a town just outside Barcelona. It wasn't a place famous for creating football superstars. His father had Moroccan roots. His mother came from Equatorial Guinea. Lamine grew up between different experiences. When he was still young, his parents separated. Life wasn't always easy, and money was often tight.
But there was one thing that always made sense to him: football. Whenever he had a ball at his feet, everything else disappeared.
Hours turned into days. Days turned into years. And every chance he got, he was playing.
People around him started noticing something unusual. This wasn't normal talent. This was something special. At just 7 years old, he joined a local club called La Torreta. It was the first major step in his journey. Soon, scouts from Barcelona were hearing about a young boy who seemed years ahead of his age. Before long, Lamine entered La Masia, Barcelona's famous academy that had produced some of football's greatest legends: Messi, Xavi, Iniesta. The names were enormous, but nobody knew another future star was already walking through those doors. Inside the academy, coaches quickly realized they weren't looking at an ordinary prospect. He played with confidence far beyond his years. He saw passes others couldn't see, and made difficult things look easy. As the years passed, he kept rising through every age group faster than expected. And eventually, Barcelona faced a decision. Was he ready for the first team? Most players wait years for that opportunity. Lamine Yamal wouldn't have to wait that long. April 2023, Barcelona versus Real Betis. A moment that would change football history forever. The teenager stepped onto the pitch wearing the famous Barcelona shirt. He was only 15 years old. Not Messi, not Iniesta, not Xavi. Lamine became the youngest player ever to appear for Barcelona's senior. The football world immediately started paying attention. But this was only the beginning, because a few months later, another historic opportunity arrived. Spain came calling. September 2023. Spain announced their squad, and among the names was a teenager many fans had only recently discovered. Lamine Yamal was about to make his senior international debut. He was only 16 years old. The match was against Georgia. Expectations were high, but nobody knew just how memorable the night would become. When Yamal stepped onto the pitch, he instantly became Spain's youngest ever senior international player. That alone would have been enough history for one night, but he wasn't finished yet. Later in the match, the ball found its way to him inside the penalty area. One touch, one finish, one goal. Just like that, another record fell. Lamine Yamal became Spain's youngest ever goal scorer, a dream debut that felt almost unreal. The football world was no longer asking who he was. Now they were asking how good he could become. Then came the summer of 2024, the tournament that would introduce him to millions of new fans. Euro 2024, one of the biggest stages in football, a place where legends are created. Many expected him to play a supporting role. Instead, he became one of the tournament's biggest stars. Match after match, Yamal showed confidence that seemed impossible for someone his age. His dribbling terrified defenders. His vision created chances. His creativity changed games. Then came Spain's semi-final against France, a match that would define the tournament. With Spain needing inspiration, Yamal produced one of the most memorable goals of the competition. The strike curled beautifully into the net, leaving fans, commentators, and opponents stunned. Across social media, people called it a masterpiece. The goal instantly became part of football history. Spain reached the final, and suddenly the teenager was one game away from becoming a European champion. The biggest match of his young career was about to begin. The final was against England. Millions watched around the world as Spain chased another European title. For many players, a final brings pressure. For Lamine Yamal, it became another opportunity to shine. Throughout the match, he constantly threatened England's defense with his speed and creativity. Every touch seemed dangerous. Every attack felt like it could change the game. Then came a crucial moment. Yamal helped create the move that pushed Spain closer to victory. The momentum shifted. Spain looked stronger, sharper, and increasingly confident. When the final whistle arrived, Spain were champions of Europe once again. At just 17 years old, Lamine Yamal had already achieved what most professionals never experience. He stood on the podium, celebrating with teammates, while football history continued to follow him. The tournament transformed him from a rising prospect into a global superstar. But success created new expectations. The world wanted to know what came next. Barcelona answered that question in a way that captured everyone's attention. They handed Lamine Yamal the famous number 10 shirt, the same number once worn by Lionel Messi, one of the most iconic jerseys in football history. The message was clear. Barcelona believed he could become the face of the club's future. Everything seemed perfectly aligned. The records, the trophies, the growing reputation. And waiting ahead was the biggest stage of all, the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Fans dreamed about what Yamal could do. Analysts predicted a historic tournament. Many believed the World Cup would be his official arrival as football's next global icon. Then, just when everything appeared perfect, disaster struck. April 2026, Barcelona versus Celta Vigo. A routine moment suddenly turns into a nightmare.
Yamal steps up to take a penalty. Calm, focused, confident. He strikes the ball perfectly.
The ball hits the net. Goal. But seconds later, he grabs the back of his leg in pain. Fans immediately sense something is wrong. The stadium falls silent as medical staff rush over. The diagnosis arrives soon after. A grade 2 hamstring tear. A serious injury at the worst possible time. The World Cup is only weeks away. Suddenly, everything is uncertain. Barcelona's season is over for him. No more matches. No more chances to build momentum. The football world begins asking the same question. Will Lamine Yamal be ready for the World Cup? Weeks pass. Recovery sessions replace training sessions. The clock keeps ticking. Spain's coaching staff remain cautious. Nobody wants to make promises they can't keep. Every update becomes major news. Fans wait anxiously for positive signs. For the first time in years, Yamal faces a challenge talent alone cannot solve. The dream of playing in the World Cup suddenly feels fragile.
Then, finally, the breakthrough arrives. Recovery is progressing faster than expected. Spain confirms that Yamal is fit to join the squad.
The comeback is on. But one question remains. Is he truly ready? Spain carefully manages his return. They don't want to risk another setback. Then comes his first major World Cup appearance. Millions are watching. Only 10 minutes into the match, the moment arrives. Yamal scores. 3 months after the injury scare, he's back on the world stage. And this is only the beginning. Confidence returns immediately. The sharpness is there. The fear is gone. Spain grows stronger with every match. Their belief increases as the tournament progresses. Yamal continues creating chances, driving attacks and delivering when it matters most. Soon, Spain reaches the knockout rounds. The pressure becomes even greater. One win follows another. The team begins to dream about the ultimate prize. Then comes the semifinal against France. One step away from the World Cup final. Spain delivers a brilliant performance. The final whistle confirms their place in history. Yamal's dream is now just one match away from becoming reality.
The World Cup final arrives. Spain versus Argentina. Football's biggest stage. Years earlier, Lionel Messi once held baby Lamine Yamal. It was in a famous photograph.
Now, that same child stands ready to face Messi's nation in a World Cup final. The match is tense. Every pass, every tackle, every moment feels enormous.
Neither team wants to make a mistake. The pressure is almost unbearable. Spain battles relentlessly. Argentina refuses to give up.
The game hangs in the balance as the clock ticks toward the final whistle. Then it happens. The referee blows for full time. Spain are world champions. Players collapse in celebration. Fans erupt. History has been made. Lamine Yamal stands among the champions, holding the World Cup trophy. Just months earlier, people wondered if he'd even play in the tournament. Now he's reached the summit of world football. The injury that threatened everything has become part of an even greater story. A story of resilience, a story of belief, a story of refusing to quit. This is why Lamine Yamal's journey inspires millions around the world. Not because success came easily, because he fought through adversity to achieve it. Talent opened the door. Determination carried him through it. And at every stage, he proved he belonged among football's elite. The scary part for opponents? His story is only getting started. More trophies may come. More records may fall. More history may be written. But no matter what happens next, this chapter will never be forgotten. From a young boy in Barcelona to a World Cup champion. The story of Lamine Yamal is just beginning.